Hello everyone. I'm Nikhil Guhagarkar from Mumbai, India. I'm here today to speak about my perspective on nutrition and healthy living with GIST. I'm an oral and maxillofacial surgeon by profession, practicing for the past 20 years. I'm a GIST patient since 2010. I was diagnosed with advanced GIST with multiple metastasis in June 2010, and I was put on neoadjuvant Glivec 400 mg prior to my surgery. 6 months later, after the tumor shrank, I underwent surgery and the entire primary tumor involving the small intestines was removed along with all the visible metastasis. During the surgery, 5 centimeter segment of the small intestines was removed and radiofrequency ablation of the liver lesions was done. I continue to be on adjuvant Glivec 400 mg and am NAD, that is free of disease, since 6 years post-surgery. I remember the first NAD report after surgery was such an emotional moment in my life. I had tears of gratitude. During my journey from diagnosis to surgery until date, apart from Glivec and surgery, I focused on a holistic approach to the problem, and I worked a lot on nutrition and incorporated yoga and meditation in my life, which prepared my mind and body better for the road ahead. This holistic approach helped me a lot to face the situation more positively and made life easier for my family too. It also gave me amazing results towards healing. Since 2013, I'm working as a city chapter leader for Friends of Max India, and at present, I'm a board member of Spain, which is an international support group for GIST and sarcomas. GIST advocacy has led me to have a great collaboration with the LifeRap group. Attending New Horizons GIST and Spain annual conferences has given me a deeper insight into the treatment of GIST. In these pictures, you can see me as a GIST advocate celebrating GIST Awareness Day 2014 in Mumbai. Here I am with my wife and son at the GIST support group meeting in Mumbai, and a recent picture of me at my practice. I am not a nutritionist, but I am sharing my personal experiences which are based on proven and time-tested theories. After diagnosis, I was filled with shock, with various emotions including shock, guilt, anxiety, and tension. I am sure many of you have experienced this. Our support systems and family is also in turmoil. There are a lot of possibilities and uncertainties in our treatment which makes us jumpy at times. We need a guide, someone who can show us the roadmap and hold our hand to take us across. I was lucky to be guided through these times with the support of my family, my teachers, and my yoga guru. Treatment with oral TKIs can be managed well with judicious management of side effects. Some of us are looking to a lifelong treatment with these drugs, and hence it is important for us to keep our morale high. It is important to follow the right lifestyle to lead a positive and fulfilling life, not only for ourselves, but also for our family and friends. I'm here today to talk about some interesting concepts and how we can live a holistic life during our journey with GIST. I would be breaking down these concepts into simple explanations and grouping them for your benefit. Energy balance in the body. A healthy life is all about maintaining a balanced energy flow through both the mind and the body. This balance is maintained by drinking and eating the same amount of calories the body needs to function and carry out its physical activities throughout the day. A body with a well-balanced energy flow is healthy and capable of rejuvenating and regenerating. The 3 important cornerstones of this energy balance in the body are your intake of food, exercise and yoga, calming your mind through meditation. A proper alignment of the above 3 will create an alkaline environment in the body. I'll explain what that means in a moment. The body thrives in an alkaline pH, thereby creating a healthy, favorable environment for its cells. cancer cells find it difficult to survive in this alkaline environment. The first aspect I would like to touch upon is food. That is the first cornerstone of our energy balance, and how dietary changes help me lead a better life. When I was going through books and literature, one thing that I came across was the pH of our blood, pH of our body fluids, and the pH of the food that we consume. Now let me take you through blood pH and its importance to health. pH is essentially the concentration of hydrogen ions. The more the hydrogen ions, the lesser is the pH. That is, it is acidic. Lesser the hydrogen ion means higher pH. That is, it's alkaline. With a pH of 0 to 7 is considered acidic, while a pH of 7 to 14 is considered alkaline. The ideal pH of blood is 7.35 to 7.45. pH of blood is maintained by buffer systems, namely chemical, which are the carbonate, the phosphate, and the protein buffer system. In the physiological buffer system, you have the respiratory and the urinary buffer system. These systems balance the deviation in the pH. Here is the pH of different body fluids. pH of saliva is 6 to 7.5, pH of urine is 5 to 7.5, pH of stomach is between 1 to 3, pH of pancreatic juice is between 7.5 to 8, and pH of cerebrospinal fluid is 7.4. You can test your own pH of saliva and urine with a pH tester paper which is available at the drugstore. pH of lesser than 7 is considered acidic. This causes acidosis. Is acidosis good for the body? No, definitely no. Acidosis is harmful to the body, causing degenerative diseases, cancer, and aging. Here I'd like you to make a small note. When I'm saying acidosis induced in the body, it will be reflecting on the pH of other body fluids mentioned previously. pH of these fluids can vary due to various factors. pH of blood does not vary and is strictly regulated by the buffer systems I mentioned previously. If the blood pH goes beyond the limit of 7.35 to 7.45, it is dangerous and the patient needs immediate hospitalization. What induces acidosis? Diet can induce acidosis. A diet which is rich in processed red meat, refined sugar, soft drinks, excessive consumption of tea, coffee, packaged processed foods causes acidosis. Chemical in foods, which include your preservatives, your color and taste enhancers, cause acidosis. Oily and spicy food cause increase in gastric acid formation, causing acidosis. Alcohol and tobacco, both of the smoking and the chewing form, cause acidosis. Now let's look at the foods with acidic pH. To understand the severity of pH, let us look at a car battery which has an acid with a pH of 0 to 1. And now what do we have here? We have carbonated water, club soda, energy drinks, and alcoholic drinks. We have a high acidic pH of 2.5 to 3, so you can imagine how harmful they can be to the system. Pastries, pastas, cheese, pork, black tea, pickles, vinegar, white bread, beef, sweetened juice, wheat, coffee have a pH of between 4 and 5. Fruit juices, most of the grains, eggs, fish, coconut, brown rice, plums, soy milk have a pH of 6. Tap water and spring water is essentially having a pH of around 7. Drugs, both psychedelic and prescription drugs like Gleevec and TKIs, cause acidosis. Environmental factors like pollution, exposure to insecticides, pesticides, on which we are all affected to some or the other extent, cause acidosis. Lack of exercise or lethargy can produce acidosis. Make an important note here. Food we consume does not affect the blood pH, as blood has a strict pH buffer regulatory system. But the food we eat does affect the pH of other body fluids, I have mentioned previously, and this will lead to disease. Now the effects of acidosis. Acidosis we talk about is something that is caused by years and years of body abuse due to consumption of acidic foods, alcohol, tobacco, drugs, and a sedentary lifestyle. This constant chronic acidic environment eventually tests the endurance of your buffer system, and the pH becomes acidic, leading to diseases. So what happens when there is acidosis in the body? The buffer system kicks up, and the first step is vital minerals like calcium, potassium, sodium, and magnesium are withdrawn from the vital organs, teeth, and bones to buffer the acid and to remove it from the system. If this continues for a long time, it will lead to osteoporosis and other diseases. This also causes periodontal gum disease and dental caries. Increase in dental caries is also directly related to the acidic saliva and the gastric acid reflux, leading to chemical erosion of the teeth. Briefly, now we'll touch on the important minerals in the body. Minerals like calcium, phosphorus, magnesium are important in building up bones and teeth. Calcium, magnesium, sodium, and potassium are important for nerve function. Zinc, selenium are important for immunity. Potassium helps carbohydrate metabolism. Chromium with insulin helps in maintaining blood sugar levels. Iron helps transport of oxygen by red blood cells. Iodine is a vital component of the thyroid hormone and helps growth regulation. So now you realize how much the body is affected when the above minerals are depleted by acidosis. Due to acidosis, oxygen levels also drop, leading to fatigue. Secondarily, there is increase in bacterial, viral, and fungal growth in absence of adequate oxygen. More toxins and metabolic waste build up. This leads to clogging of the circulatory and lymphatic systems. Due to this, normal functions of cell is impaired as they receive less oxygen and nutrients. The resulting toxin buildup leads to abnormal cellular function and growth and causes mutation in the cells. This affects the chemical and hormonal balance in the body, leading to altered level of enzymes, chemicals, and hormones in the body. Acidic pH causes decreased capacity of blood cells to carry oxygen and nutrients to the body cells. Acidosis also leads to the development of free radicals. Now here, let us understand the concept of free radicals. Free radicals are molecules with an unpaired electron in its atomic orbital. These unpaired electrons go and try to pair with a normal molecule, disturbing the structure, and in turn creating more free radicals. Free radicals are developed in the body during normal metabolic function and due to exposure to chemicals, pollution, and smoking. Free radicals are harmful to the system and are instrumental in development of degenerative diseases and cancer. They harm the cellular DNA and cause mutations. How are we going to get rid of these free radicals? Do we have a weapon against them? The answer is yes, antioxidants. These, which are available in plenty in vegetables, fruits, and green tea, help in cleaning up the free radicals to restore health back. And how does an antioxidant do it? An antioxidant is a molecule stable enough to donate an electron to a rampaging free radical and neutralize it, thus reducing its capacity to damage. Vitamin E, vitamin C, and beta-carotene, which is present in carrots, are known antioxidants. Now let's take a topic on microgyst. According to some researchers, it has been suggested that microgysts exist even in normal healthy individuals, approximately in 1/3 of the population. Microgysts are a group of gist cells present in the gastrointestinal system, and they don't always turn into gist tumors. One of the reasons why in some people it turns into a gist tumor may be an increase in gastrin production. Hyperacidity may be a factor in converting microgysts into macrogysts or gist tumors. How to avoid acidosis? We should minimize processed red meat in our diet. Processed red meat is considered carcinogenic by WHO, as it contains chemicals, preservatives, and hormones. You should minimize processed and canned food. It has got excess of sodium and sugar and preservatives. You should minimize oil and spicy food. It triggers increased gastrin production, which is increase in gastric acid production. You should avoid alcohol and tobacco in both variants, smoking and the chewing form, and you should avoid drugs. You should avoid white processed sugar. Sugar is an indirect fuel of cancer. Consumption of high amounts of sugar causes inflammation in the body. Sugar is also linked to diabetes and obesity has been found to have a link to development of some form of cancers. Sugar also contains chemicals like formaldehyde, which are tissue fixatives and harmful. You should also avoid artificial sweeteners like your diet colas. If you want to have something sweet, you can think about substituting sugar by an organic jaggery or honey and date syrup, which are chemical-free and iron-rich. You should avoid long periods of inactivity. Be active and exercise and keep your body in shape. A little later, I'll be dwelling on the importance of exercise. Avoid exposure to insecticides, pesticides, and radiation. Now let's touch upon the topic of alkalinity. Alkalinity is essentially having an alkaline environment of a pH of between 7 to 14. Alkaline environment is conducive for good health. It helps in maintaining normal homeostasis of the cells and organs. Body cells and organs maintain normal function in the alkaline pH. There is lesser metabolic waste buildup as the circulatory and the lymphatic systems work at an optimum level. Remember, the ideal blood pH is between 7.35 to 7.45. Like a severe acidic pH of below 4 is harmful, so is severe alkaline pH of above 10 is harmful. It causes alkalosis. Now let us have a look at a few of the alkaline foods. I've divided this into different food categories. Now let us look at the first alkaline grains. In this, you have the millet, you have amaranth, you have quinoa, lentils, and wild rice. Just a small note, wheat, corn, and white rice are considered acidic grains. In alkaline vegetables, you have wheat, broccoli, cauliflower, celery, lettuce, onions, peas, spinach, carrots, garlic, capsicum, cucumber, pumpkin, and sprouts. In alkaline fruits, you have apple, banana, berries, grapes, melon, lemon, oranges, peach, pear, watermelon, pomegranate, and avocado. In alkalizing proteins, you have almonds, tofu, flax seeds, and nuts. In alkaline spices, you have cinnamon, you have curry leaves, ginger, mustard, sea salt, and curcumin, which is also known as turmeric. Coconut water is also alkaline. It hydrates the body, is rich in nutrients, potassium, and helps in digestion. It also reduces muscle cramps. Now let us look at the pH of some alkaline foods. Of a pH of 8, we have apples, almonds, tomato, olive, soya bean, peaches, pineapple, radish, cherries, strawberries, bananas. With a pH of 9, we have avocados, green tea, lettuce, peas, sweet potato, green beans, beets, pears, grapes, melons, figs, dates, mangoes, and papayas. With a good alkaline pH of 10, we have spinach, broccoli, artichokes, Brussels sprouts, cabbage, cauliflower, carrots, cucumber, lemons, lime, seaweed, asparagus, kale, radish, collard greens, and onions. Now let us look into an ideal pH diet. So does this mean that you have to eat only alkaline foods? Definitely no. A balanced diet that has a combination of alkaline and acid-forming or neutral foods is essential. Have around 60 to 80% alkaline forming foods and 20 to 40% acid forming foods. Let us say at your diagnosis, when you need maximum support, you can choose a 80% alkaline diet for maximum recovery, and after surgery, when you resume your daily work schedule, you can have between 60 to 80% alkaline diet. And alkaline forming foods, a few examples are your vegetables, your sprouts, fruits, milk, and spices. On the acid forming foods, examples are your meat, your fish, poultry, eggs, and fried foods. Again, take a note, a balanced diet is a combination of alkaline and acid forming foods. Now let's take an interesting topic of prebiotics. You must be wondering what is prebiotics doing in this. A third of our immune system is located in our digestive tract, and research shows that the key to a healthy body is a healthy gut. Hippocrates, in fact, 2000 years ago said, all diseases begin in the gut. Food rich in prebiotics such as leeks and bananas increase good bacteria in the gut. Vegetables are the best sources of these prebiotics. Prebiotics are non-digestible or partially digestible food ingredients that stimulate the growth of healthy bacteria in the colon. Broccoli, Brussels sprouts, cabbage, cauliflower, onions, kale, radish are rich in prebiotics. What are probiotics? Probiotics are live microbial organisms that support gastrointestinal health. They are normally called the good bacteria. Examples are lactobacilli and bifidus bacteria. Many of us have been prescribed probiotics along with antibiotics, as antibiotics take away the good bacteria, resulting in diarrhea. What are the kind of foods which will give you probiotics? Your simple yogurt, kefir, which is fermented kefir grains and goat milk, your sauerkraut, which is fermented cabbage, which is favorite with the Germans, your miso soup, which the Japanese love, which is fermented rye, beans, barley and rice, and kimchi, which is an Asian form of pickled sauerkraut, which is a Korean delicacy, are rich in probiotics. After learning about pH and other concepts, let us now look into the principles of a healthy diet. You should have an organic food if possible. Organic means food which is produced without chemicals like insecticides and pesticides. Have a diet which is high in fiber, fruits, and vegetables. Here, I'm talking about good nutrition and also emphasizing food that help eliminate toxic substances from the body like fiber and water. In fiber, you have two varieties. The first is your insoluble fiber. Insoluble fiber cannot be dissolved in water and passes through the digestive tract largely intact. It promotes regular bowel movements and prevents constipation. It also works to scour the intestinal walls of waste matter, which helps expedite the removal of toxic waste. And it helps optimize the pH of the intestinal tract to prevent microbes from producing cancerous substances. Primary sources are leafy vegetable, fruit skin, whole wheat and corn bran, and seeds and nuts. In the water-soluble fiber, on the hand, actually dissolves in the water. It is found in oats and oat bran, dried beans, peas, barley, flax seeds, vegetables such as carrots, fruits and apples and oranges, and notably psyllium husk. You should have a diet which is low in red meats. You should have a diet low in saturated fat, which are your biscuits, cheese, butter, and salt. You should have an adequate amount of water. Now, this amount may vary from individual to individual depending on their general health, age, and the type of surgery performed on them. Sufficient amount of water rehydrates the body and flushes out toxins. Have a balance of 60 to 80% alkaline food and around 40 to 20% of acidic food, as I mentioned before. Have less spicy, less oily food, and have less of sugar. Have fresh, seasonal, and local foods rather than foods which have traveled long distances to reach your table. Nutrition is about having the correct balance between our fluids and solid intake and five essential components of our foods like carbohydrates, fats, proteins, vitamins, and minerals. Have a splash of color in your food. Go multicolor like green, yellow, red in fruits and vegetables. Each color has its own special phytonutrients in it. Have a diet which is rich in vitamin C. It helps in healing and strengthens the immune system and helps in regeneration and repair of tissues. Vitamin C also neutralizes free radical and may aid in prevention of cancer. Citrus foods, apples, melons, dark green vegetables, red bell pepper, and tomatoes are good source of vitamin C. Juicing. Now let's touch upon an interesting topic of juicing. Juicing is fun and tasty, so why should we not include it in our daily diet? The juice contains most of the vitamins, minerals, and plant chemicals called as phytonutrients, which are found in the whole fruit. Juicing leaves out the pulp or fiber, which takes digestion out of the equation and introduces the nutrients directly into the bloodstream in a very short time. Since you are drinking rather than eating, you'll be able to take in more vegetables, thus absorbing more nutrients without consuming too much of fiber. Say for example, 1 glass of carrot juice which you consume in minutes, it will take around 4 to 5 carrots to make the same. Eating that many carrots for the same nutrients is not possible. Also, juicing due to its centrifugal force makes beta-carotene available more in the carrot juice. Juicing can reduce your risk of cancer, boost your immune system, help remove toxins from your body, aid digestion, and when coupled with a proper diet, it can help you lose weight. By eating more fruits and vegetables, you will help arm your body with anti-cancer nutrients, and that will help fight off cancer cells. It helps lower cholesterol and sugar when balanced with the proper diet. Sometimes it's more fun to juice. Sometimes it eliminates something which eliminates the boring part of eating the whole fruit or vegetable. In short, juicing allows you to consume more vegetables efficiently. One of the good effects of drinking juices is that you will have a glowing skin and lustrous hair. Who wouldn't want that? Now I'll give you some tips on juicing. You can mix fruits and vegetables. A general ratio is around 70 to 80% of vegetables plus rest is your fruits. Blending or smoothies are also a good option. You can add nuts or dry fruits to it to improve the taste and nutritional value. You can have nourishing juices and detoxifying juices. There are two ways to juice. One is by a juicer and other is a blender. A juicer gives you pure juice, separating the fiber from the juice. This ensures the nutrients are rapidly absorbed into the system. In a blender, you have to add some water to the vegetable or fruit and blend. Here you get the benefits of both juice and fibers if you don't strain it. You can make some great smoothies with this, and you can add nuts to the same, improving the taste and nutrient value. These are thicker and more filling and can also be a meal for some people. Vegetable juices are most beneficial when taken early morning on an empty stomach. Made in a juicer, they are easy to digest and don't load your digestive system, which is just waking up in the morning. Ever since my diagnosis, I begin my day with a carrot juice on an empty stomach. So does my family. It is so refreshing. We do not have tea or coffee in the morning. Another tip would be you should consume freshly made juice as soon as possible to avail the maximum nutrients. If you need to store it, you should do it in an airtight container and store it in a fridge and consume before 24 hours. I have blended smoothies mid-morning or early in the evening. Now let's touch upon the types of treatments in GIST. First is your neoadjuvant therapy. It is given before surgery to shrink the tumor. Making changes in your lifestyle and diet should begin from now. This will not only bring about changes in the energy balance in the body, but also give you the strength and attitude to overcome the disease. Personally, when I was diagnosed with GIST, it was with an intestinal obstruction. I could not tolerate solids. I was put on a juice therapy and used to have vegetable and fruit juices which my body tolerated well. I also started having coconut water and smoothies made of banana and dates. They really energized me and put me on a road to recovery. The second type of treatment in GIST is your surgery. There will be some modifications in your diet and lifestyle post-surgery after removal of the tumor. Follow your doctor's advice for the same. General dietary changes are most needed in gastrectomy cases. The third is the adjuvant or maintenance phase of treatment. You will continue your drug therapy to prevent recurrence of the tumor. This period may involve some changes to suit the type of surgery done. It is important to continue to maintain your lifestyle changes to allow you to lead a positive and fulfilling life. Personally, the dietary changes which are adopted from after diagnosis continue till date and I religiously follow it. Now going a little deeper into GIST surgery and diet, in generally, GIST surgery is less radical as it follows neoadjuvant therapy, which shrinks the tumor, resulting in lesser organ loss. Now let us look at specific GIST surgeries and the relevant diet modification. In gastrectomy, it causes functional and absorptive changes leading to various nutritional deficiency. So you should have small frequent meals and you may need vitamin B12, iron and calcium supplements. In duodenal GIST surgery, depending on this location, after surgery you may require either pancreatic exocrine and endocrine supplements. In small and large intestines, if the resection is small, no major changes are needed in the diet. In the small intestine and large intestine and rectum, there is not much of nutritional deficiency post-surgery, but they may be a functional problem. By functional problem, we mean loose motions, increased frequency of passing stools because of lesser absorption of water by the remaining large intestines. Now, in this picture, you can see from which area of the digestive tract does which specific nutrient get absorbed. Hence, removal of that specific organ leads to the corresponding nutritional deficiency. The common nutrients that need to be replaced by supplements in your daily life post-surgery are vitamin A, vitamin B1, vitamin E, vitamin K, calcium, magnesium, and zinc. Make a note that they may also come from your diet. All of us experience some of the below side effects with your TKIs. Now let us see how we can tackle these side effects with the help of food. Nausea, which is one of the most common side effects of all the TKIs, you can manage by chewing on a clove pod, you can eat gum, have a low-fat meal, try eating a peppermint, chew on a cardamom and ginger. For hyperacidity, you should have a non-oily and non-spicy meal. Have light meals. You should avoid sleeping immediately after meal. And when do you sleep, you should have a head-high sleeping position. Try boiling basil leaves in water and sip it when it's cool. That helps in reducing acidity. Drinking fennel tea and cinnamon tea also helps reduce acidity. Drinking buttermilk, it helps in neutralizing excess acid in the stomach. Chewing on a mixture of crushed cloves and cardamom in equal quantity helps. Alternately, chewing on a slice of ginger or drinking its juice is another solution. If not lactose intolerant, a glass of cold milk is a wonderful antacid. 1 to 2 teaspoons of raw apple cider vinegar in a glass of water drunk twice in a day reduces acidity. Coconut water forms a mucus in the stomach, protecting it from harmful acids. For diarrhea, you should have small meals, you should have protein meals, even strong coffee helps in reducing diarrhea. Nutmeg powder, your probiotics and pomegranate also help in reducing diarrhea. Have fluids with electrolytes to rehydrate your body during diarrhea. For muscle cramps, you can have coconut water, bananas, calcium, potassium, and magnesium supplements. You should have electrolytes in fluids. A light exercise to stress the muscle which is cramping is a good idea. In dumping syndrome, which most gastrectomy patients have, you should have a small meal, have less sugar and fluid in the meals, have an apple, and relax after meals. For mouth ulcers, try having a bland diet, soft pureed food, avoid alcohol and tobacco, suck on ice cubes, and have over-the-counter anesthetic gels to relieve the pain. Now we come to the second cornerstone, exercise. Exercise helps in building good immunity. It has been proved that regular exercise of at least 30 minutes a day goes a long way in keeping the body fit. When you exercise, the body releases endorphins, which triggers a positive feeling of well-being. Sustained physical activity, through its role in energy balance, hormone metabolism, and insulin regulation, alters inflammatory and immune factors. It reduces belly fat and helps improve peristalsis motion, thus removing toxins and waste from the colon. Simple exercises such as brisk walking is also recommended. Regular exercises sets a positive pattern of living and promotes psychological well-being and purpose in life. Daily exposure to sunlight is important. It is an important source of vitamin D, which is known to build your bones. Remember, you will have light sensitivity for your skin when you are on Glivec, so avoid exposure to harsh sunlight. If you happen to do so, please use a sunblock lotion. For the best kind of sunlight exposure, go for walks at sunrise or just before sunset. GIST patients experience some amount of muscle wasting and loss of muscle tone. Exercise can help build up the muscle mass and tone again. Exercise should be done depending upon your physical state and health. Consult your physician before starting any vigorous exercise. A note of caution: a gap of 6 months is recommended after undergoing abdominal surgery and restarting your exercise regimen. Always consult your doctor before restarting your exercise regimen. I've listed a few kind of physical activities. You can have many more than what I've listed. You can have walking, jogging, swimming, pilates, aerobics, cycling, climbing stairs, dancing, floor exercises like push-ups, sit-ups, leg lifts, gym exercises, sports like cricket, football, not the American football, which is very strenuous. You can have table tennis, you can have badminton, squash, and yoga. You should exercise according to your fitness level. And of course, remember, exercise is the most underutilized antidepressant. Now let us look into the centuries-old system of yoga for fitness. Yoga and meditation strengthen the immune system. Regular practice of meditation and gentle yoga has a rapid effect on the genetic level in circulating cancer-fighting immune cells. Yoga also detoxifies the body. It activates the lymphatic system and helps reduce toxins and acids from the body and internal organs. The practice of yoga improves blood flow in the body. Yoga helps in activating the following organs which help in reducing toxins from the body. These organs are your lungs, your kidneys, liver, intestine, and skin. Yoga helps in building bones. Yoga and meditation also helps in reducing stress. Yoga gives a sense of calmness and a sense of purpose, reduces anxiety, and builds up confidence. It improves quality of sleep, which is the most natural source of rest and rejuvenation. Anulom Vilom is a simple yet powerful pranayama or breathing technique to balance the body and reduce stress and tension. Yoga regenerates, reoxygenates the body helps in oxygenation of the body through breathing techniques which are called as pranayama. And oxygenation helps in creating an alkaline state. Yoga and meditation help reconnect the mind and the body. They improve mind and body communication and connect the focused mind with the body. Please train to do yoga with a certified yoga trainer who is qualified to understand your medical issues and can decide which asanas, yoga postures are okay with you and which ones you should avoid. Now let's look at pranayama. Pranayama is the regulation of breath through certain techniques and exercises. The term is derived from the Sanskrit words prana, which means life force, and ayama means extension. So it is essentially the extension of your life force. Pranayama reduces anxiety and depression. The picture on the screen depicts pranayama anulom vilom, which is also called the alternative nostril breathing. This technique balances both sides of the mind and the body. There are studies which have suggested that regular practice of anulom vilom has enabled patients to go off their antidepressant drugs. Deep breathing technique also causes an increased oxygen level in the blood, thereby delivering vital nutrients to the tired cells and further clearing out toxins from the system. It lowers or stabilizes blood pressure. Pranayama increases energy levels of the body. I used to practice pranayama regularly before my surgery, and the effects were stupendous. So much so that the doctors were surprised as to how fast I was recovering from my complex surgery. It gave my mind and body the inner strength to win. It is like in the army saying, you sweat it out in the drills so that you bleed less in the field. Pranayama causes muscle relaxation. Practicing pranayama every day can assist in building a steady mind, a strong willpower, and a sound judgment. Now we come to the third cornerstone of our energy balance, meditation. Simply put forward, it is a technique to connect to your own inner self. It is a way of going inwards to deconstruct and refocus and rebuild one's own self. What are the benefits of meditation? You will have a relaxed mind with regular meditation. You will have an improved concentration. You will have clarity of thought. You will have an improved inner strength. During meditation, you can heal your body by sending abundant healing energy to the areas that need it. Meditation also gives you the ability to connect to an inner source of energy. There are numerous meditation techniques. Learn from a proper master and practice a technique that suits you the best. Positive thoughts. One should always have positive thoughts and read inspirational books. I personally read The Autobiography of a Yogi by Paramahansa Yogananda. It is an extremely powerful and inspiring book amongst many other books that I read. You should see inspirational movies, and you should also see funny movies. Haha, after all, laughter is the best medicine. Have a strong positive visualization about yourself. This can manifest best in a meditative state. During my recovery, I used to practice a visualization technique. Before meditation, I used to look at a picture of a normal healthy digestive system. Once the image was etched in my mind, I used to go to a meditative state and visualize the same healthy normal organs as being part of my system. However improbable it looked at that time, I believed myself to be normal from that moment on. That strong belief that I am okay in the present helped me create a future where my system was free of gist. During my alpha state of meditation, I also visualized my surgery going smoothly and a normal recovery, which did manifest and happen. You should always be in touch with positive people. If possible, please work for a social cause. Have positive affirmations for yourself and your family. We all are living in a modern world surrounded by machines, chemicals, and stimulants. It is imperative at that times we disconnect and go to our roots of existence and lead a holistic life. We should strike a positive balance with food, exercise, and meditation. Another thing to conclude I would like to say is to remember a healthy diet and exercise keeps your body alkaline. Do not eliminate certain food groups suddenly from your diet. Worldwide, food is different from different people according to their geographic locations and customs. Try to incorporate the above principles in your diet. Consult a dietitian if required. This presentation doesn't imply that food can cure cancer. If you are suffering from active cancer, follow the treatment protocol of your oncologist and enhance your life with the above 3 cornerstones to rejuvenate and rejoice. Manage your side effects judiciously. And last but not the least, live life positively and joyously. Now, these are my personal thoughts about life in a nutshell. Remember, you are what you are by the thoughts you have, the food you eat, and the breath you inhale. Your body is a temple. Feed it with the right positive thoughts, nourish it with healthy food, breathe deep, and you will see it blossom. Each stone laid is a strong base to lofty heights. This picture is from our recent trek to the Himalayas at Rohtang Pass. I would like to thank Michelle, Sarah, Peter, and the entire LifeRock group for giving me this opportunity to speak about something so close to my heart. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for a patient hearing. Thank you.
Thank you, Nikhil. We would just like to remind everyone that before altering your diet or trying any of the tips provided in this webcast, please consult with your healthcare professional. We will be continuing the conversation on managing side effects with nutrition and energy on SideEQ. SideEQ is a free tool for all patients to help manage your treatment's side effects. If you have any questions or have tips to provide other patients, please join us on SideEQ. You will be asked to create an account, or if you already have one, just go to the pages where you would like to learn more on the type of side effects and management that you are currently experiencing. The website is www.mysideeq.org. Nikhil will be joining us in that portal. So we are looking forward to a great conversation. Thank you so much.